Entitlement begins in the mind. It's the belief that one deserves special treatment without giving anything in return. It shows up as, I deserve this. You owe me. My feelings matter more than your reality. In relationships, friendships, even workplaces, entitlement grows when people aren't challenged. When no one says no. When no one draws a line. When no one teaches accountability. But the moment that entitlement meets someone who isn't controlled by emotion, it begins to crack. A man with boundaries is dangerous, not because he is aggressive but because he is unshakable. He doesn't seek approval. He doesn't need validation. He doesn't fear rejection. Why? Because he operates from self-respect. This kind of man doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't argue. He doesn't chase. He simply states his standards, and stands by them. And here's the powerful truth. Boundaries expose entitlement instantly. When an entitled person meets a man with self-control and clarity, they realize something they're not used to feeling. They're not in control. Someone demands special treatment. Expecting immediate compliance. Pushing, complaining, manipulating. But instead of reacting emotionally, the man simply says, no. That doesn't work for me. I respect myself too much for that. Suddenly, the dynamic changes. The entitled person feels resistance, maybe for the first time. Their tactics don't work anymore. Their emotional pressure fails. Their manipulation collapses. This is when the facade breaks. Because entitlement cannot survive in the presence of strength. Entitled people aren't used to consequences. They're used to compliance. They're used to getting their way through emotional reaction rather than logical effort. But a man with boundaries forces accountability. He doesn't shame them. He doesn't attack them. He simply reflects the truth back. You're responsible for your own emotions. You don't get special treatment here. If you want respect, give respect. Accountability is painful for entitled minds. But it's also transformative. Because for the first time, they are dealing with someone they cannot control. Someone they cannot guilt-trip. Someone who will walk away rather than bend. And that changes everything. The moment a man stands firm, the energy flips. The entitled person becomes reactive. The boundary setter becomes the leader of the interaction. Calm confidence always wins. Not aggression. Not ego. Not dominance. Just clarity. Just standards. Just self-respect. This is the real power people talk about. Not muscles. Not status. Not money. But psychological strength. A man who knows his worth changes every room he enters, and every interaction he allows.